Hi, welcome to my preview of a card game I'm developing. I started by writing some backstory, and then using an Excel file, I wrote some definitions and some abilities and the factions and colors for the different cards, and then set up a database of the actual card information. Each one of these rows is a different card, and then what the card can do and what its abilities are here. And using the Unreal Engine, that database gets imported to a data table where Unreal Engine takes each card and gets the information and creates variables for the game to use. So I got like one little test card I set up and added some different abilities. Then here is the card face itself. This is just like a blank basic one. And using the database and all this functions and stuff, it'll change the face of the card and load the different stats for the card and what it can do. Then I got a deck builder function, or basically the whole game I set up using widgets. And widgets are basically user interface classes or whatever. And these different classes will show basically graphics and stuff, and then you can set up how those graphics are interacted with or manipulated. So far I got some basic blueprints that are needed. I got a bunch of data files for the player controller and the game mode and structures and such things, lists of different styles and types, colors that the game will use, and then those are pulled from the database. I created some levels. You got the main level, which is where the game starts. A deck builder level where you actually build your deck, choose the cards. A lobby for when the all the multiplayers get together. Up to 4 players. That's where you start, and then it loads into the play levels. So I got basically the game right here set up. So you can choose your name, select a deck, a play map. And here we got the deck builder. Basically, shut the music off. Yeah, basically there's a database of the 500 cards, and this should load them in. It's loading 480 cards because I have duplicates set to false, which will, any card with the same name will only be loaded once. And from there you can filter down. Like I can set none. That will basically clear everything. And if you want, you can choose like, oh, I want red cards that are Androids. Apply that. I only have the one set up, and then a couple blank ones, but reset this to the full database. Along with filtering, you can also filter cards by their name or like just text within the card. So it searches different parts of the card to get this. For example, I could say, let's see, certified. And right now I got case sensitive selected. So that's important to keep that in mind. And these are all the cards that have certification or that are certified. Actually, there's more than that. I gotta set up some code to look in other spots, but for now, kind of get the idea. Reset. This will actually go to the cards. Well, there's different ways. These are the little things on the end. That one, if you just put the mouse over, will fly to the right, or you click it one at a time. This one's pretty fast, so yeah, and this method too, like for example, I have a card called SARTech, so you just put SAR, enter. There's the card right there. So basically, yeah, you can filter this down, find cards. I made a few sample decks. It's just one, 76 cards in it, various stuff. Basically in the game, you're required to have one headquarter card that's important. That's like your base. And then some currency cards to purchase other items and characters and stuff like that that will be battling. So right now I got a dedicated server running in the background on the other computer. So you can either host, choose a name, and host on a LAN. And the internet should work with Steam. I kind of got it set up as like a basic setup, but I don't know. I haven't really tested it outside of LAN settings, so I'm not sure how much that's working. But we join the dedicated server here. And within here, you can, toggle when you're ready. But one thing is, when you join the LAN, there's got to be a host. So I got it set up where I can become the host. Hotkey. This allows you to choose the game settings and kick players. Choose this. Also in here, any of the players can choose their deck or change it. One last opportunity. Play mats. And these graphics here I actually got off the internet. So I'm gonna have to have an artist recreate a bunch of graphics for me. Well, not because these, I don't own any copyright to or anything, so technically I don't have the right to use them. But just kind of just a sample, so it's just not the blank same thing. So let me start loading to the map. So this is one of the basic worlds. It doesn't really just has like a flat grid. It doesn't really have any graphics or anything loaded in, but eventually when I get towards the end, I'll load in like a world around it or whatever, make it look like a table. Um, One of the things I'm shooting for is to use VR so I can unlock the movement, look around. So we got our headquarter card over here, which has our life. Um, every card has, besides the headquarter card, doesn't have a cost because that should be there anyway, but these cards all have a cost to bring out. But the headquarter card has an attack value, a security, and defense. Now when this goes down, basically you're dead. The game itself is going to be a mix of using cards and dice. So you'll need like a 20-sided dice and other sided. What I plan on doing, I mean within the game, it'll all be obviously click and have a dice thing pop up, but if the game down the line is good, I might actually print the game itself, and then that will include dice and things for you to roll. Where the way it should work is you got your headquarters and you start with one colorless like currency, and this currency can be used on any faction, so it's not faction specific, and you're gonna need that when you start. Will be basically you roll a 4-sided dice, and with that dice you get the option of either adding to your defense. So let's say you roll a 3, this could become a 28, or you have the option of adding to how much colorless currency you got. So that would make this select card 4 to start, and then your first round you can you basically need to get out a currency card right away, and that's why your headquarters starts with 1, because that allows you to bring out 1 currency card. And I have different colors. Basically you're going to want to stick with the same color. You'll be able to mix and match if you want, but technically the faction is color specific, so you're going to have the same color cards. I did set up actually a deck 2. This is all red, so yeah, let's just say I start with more life. Oh, that was the thing I don't think I mentioned, where if you bump up this to start, so let's say I roll a 3, I start with this, then you have to reduce that from your health or your defense to start, and that kind of makes it a little different when you start, kind of, so every player is not starting with the same stats, kind of a little variation. And then the next step, you draw a card obviously from your deck, and yeah, your headquarters started with one at least or whatever. So now I can bring out a currency card. And the way these will work is this left number is how much currency this card will generate per round. And then each round, it'll start generating money or currency for you to spend. And this is color specific, so that would be like 4 gold units. I call them units basically, so each color will generate a unit of their specific currency type. Then the other like kind of rule in the game would be you got a headquarters, which is this, but on your play mat it'll probably be around this bottom corner. And one of the abilities is called certified. What certified basically is a card when you bring it out or you pay for it, like this android, let's say, cost one red. So bring them out, and it comes down face down, which is basically in the headquarters. And why it's in there, it will have half the stats of whatever it was. And there's other abilities like infiltrate, which will allow your enemy to actually infiltrate your headquarters and things. And that's where the security comes in, and some dice rolling, where basically to infiltrate or to hack or to recruit or to do certain things, you have to beat the specific card security, and you roll 20-sided dice to do that. So it's not just, oh, you bring out a card and it does its thing. You actually have to roll 20-sided dice and beat the target's security cost. But yeah, so anyway, you got this card out, and why it's in headquarters, it's there for 1 round, and all of its stats are divided by half. Why it's there, training or charging, or depending on what kind of card it is. And then after the next round, it gets certified, which brings it out to the front. So the whole like area where all the players are, I call the world, and then each player has like their front and their headquarter area. So now that this card's out in the front, I have it 0-0. It's still have to be set up, but yeah, you should be able to, like, if there's enemy cards out there, which let me just throw some. Oops, just threw a card in the recycler. Yeah, I'll bring out some cards. See, that one was certified, so it went right to the front, and it has a ability to infiltrate and hack. And that card's not certified. Either it's at. Okay, certify these puppies. There they go. So yeah, once you're in the battle, you can select your card and then target enemy cards, which would actually be on the other side or somewhere else. I'm just targeting my own cards for now. But yeah, once they're targeted, you can, depending on what the card does, attack it, infiltrate, hack. Yeah, I think this is a device card. So in this case, yeah, whatever it did, you'd be able to hack it or and whatever its security cost is, you'd have to roll the 20-sided dice to be successful at the hack. Yeah, like I said earlier, you should be able to move around and like later get hooked up into like VR glasses or whatever, maybe look like you're sitting at a table looking around at the battlefield here. And later down the line too, maybe even AR, which is the augmented reality glasses. Maybe have it like project the cards right onto like your kitchen table or wherever you're set up, you and your friends. Uh, let's lock the movement. Oops. Yeah, it's I think you should be able to move the cards manually and stuff like that too. Activate them depending on whatever. Flip them. For now, I'm still implementing a lot of the rules as I get the cards together and start building them. I'll be adding like so the game will only allow you to place cards you can pay for, and then will automatically minus stuff like that. I still gotta set a lot of that up. And then after that, once all the interaction between the cards is working, then set up some AI so you can play single player. But yeah, for now, the multiplayer actually works. Like different players should be able to log in with their deck, load down, and I do have a lot of things set up to manually work. I'll show them where I can like change the different abilities and stuff, but a lot of that should be done automatically. Like if a card comes out and raises this one's hack, it should just raise it. I got it set up with some color. Red means it's below its default, green above. Same with some of the um, things up there. It's a little lighter of a color, but yeah, it's working. Change the players' life and stuff. So yeah, a lot of that's working and pretty much in its prototype phase, so there's a lot to be done. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much a little preview of what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of code and stuff I've already written in the background, is buried in there for each item or each blueprint. Some sound, particle effects. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but the basics of the game work. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and take care.